So at the time that I'm making this video, GPT-4 is still relatively new, and a lot of bigger businesses are already starting to use it, and a lot of employees are using it in their jobs, students are using it in their education. But I think a lot of times when this kind of technology comes out, small businesses get left behind. So I just wanted to put something together so small businesses, especially local businesses, have some way of taking advantage of this technology. So generally, if you were going to be using it, you'd be using Chat GPT. So that's chat.openai.com. And that will take you to an interface like this once you've created an account. It's like making a Google account or anything. You just sign up normally and you'll be able to get into it, and you can ask GPT, which is basically a bot, different things, and it will give you answers. This is still the same thing, but it's kind of a different version of it. So GPT-4 is the engine that is, well, GPT-3 and GPT-4 are the engines that are running behind Chat GPT. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at like an example business and show a few of the ways that they could use it. So I've already brought up on Yale.com. So if we go through here and find like a what looks like a local plumbing business, let's take these guys. So what we can do is, a lot of the time your traffic, so this is by Yale Business, that's why this website's a bit bare, but anyway, a lot of the times your traffic is going to come from search engines like Google, and one of the ways that you can get traffic to your website is by having a lot of useful content on your website, or content that appears to be relevant to what Google thinks is relevant for what people are searching. So say someone's searching for a local plumber and we wanted this website to come up, what we can do is create some new content. So say we created a blog or we created some more pages. ChatGPT is something that could really help us do that quicker. So what I've done is I've copied the content on this page, and I'm going to say here is the content of so here's the content of a plumbing website in Birmingham. Please list title ideas for 5 service pages that are SEO optimized. So basically what we're going to do is we are literally just going to paste the content from that web page into here. We've told ChatGPT what it is, and we're going to try and get the titles for 5 pages. So what we would do is submit that, and then it just starts writing. So these are like the titles that we'd have for these pages. And so hopefully, if we actually made all 5 of these pages, that means that if people are searching for this kind of stuff in Birmingham, so like tap installation in Birmingham or shower repair in Birmingham or whatever, we'd have a greater chance of coming up for those things if we made those pages for this website. So let's say we wanted to make a page for this. So now we'd say for, or we don't even have to copy and paste it, for idea number 2, please write out the page content approximately 500 words. Make sure it is it's SEO optimized and has a clear call to action at the end using the contact details on our website. So now this will just literally write the content for the page. So we've got the title and then the content itself. And if you're doing your websites yourself, this is the kind of thing that you could just paste into WordPress or whatever it is that you're using for your website, or you could send it over to your web designer and have them put together the pages for you. To have pages like this written, I mean, it's easily at the very low end, you're going to be paying like £40 or whatever. Um, Chat GPT is, if you're using the free version, you can actually get this kind of content for free. To be fair, this is using GPT-4, so you'd be on like I think it's $20 a month subscription. I'm not sure because I pay on pay as you go. But either way, you can get this kind of thing for free or cheaply. I mean, like what you would be paying for one of these kinds of pieces of content, um, you can get your subscription and write what, like 10, 15 of them in a month. So here we go. Almost done because it's got to the call to action and it's remembered the phone number. So here it is. So this will be the content for that web page. I mean, to be fair, we could get our images made by an AI as well, but at the moment we're just doing GPT-4. Are you struggling with a faulty shower in your Birmingham home? So there we go. It's trying to SEO optimize it so that it would be easy for this to get found on Google. So if we did that for every one of your services that you've got, then it makes it easy for you to come up in Google. So that's one example of how we can use it. For that same business, let's get rid of some of this stuff because there is like a character limit. Well, it's not a character. Well, it's basically a character limit. It has a limited memory, so what we can use is I think about 4,000 tokens. A token is about 4 words, I think. So I think 1,000 tokens is about around 750 words. Did I say a token is 4 words? A token is about 4 characters. But anyway, 1,000 tokens or something is about 750 words, which means it has a memory of somewhere around 3,000 words. So that's why we don't want to put too much in here in one go. So another example of something that we could use this for is, say we wanted to do like business to business as a plumber, or like let's say we're a heating engineer and we wanted to do business to business. Let's have a look at based on our website. So let's see what it would suggest we would use. So commercial plumbing, obviously that's a silly thing to say. Leak detection and repair services. Heating systems. Bathroom and kitchen plumbing. So sometimes it does come out with not exactly what you're asking for. You can ask it for something more specific. This is doing it as though it's doing kind of like a little blurb for each thing. But now let's say that we decided that we were going to do installation and maintenance of heating systems. Let's see which industries it would suggest. Which would we well, let's just say number 3. So let's see. So which industry should we offer these services to? Hospitality, healthcare, and then it's given a reason of why we would offer it to these different industries. Manufacturing, office buildings. So let's have a look at say we're going to do hotels or something. Or I don't know, who needs well, let's just ask it which of these ideas is your favorite and why? Oh, because it's super vague. I don't like that one, mate. But let's say we're gonna do property management firms. Firms are good sector. If so, why? So let's say property management firms. All right, cool. So like you can speak to it and get different ideas, and kind of if you've already got the ideas, you can ask it about your ideas. So then it makes it easier for you to decide where you might want to put your energy or something like that. So let's say we're speaking to property management firms about let's say we're speaking to property management firms about a gas check. So let's say, please write me an email template to send to property management firms to offer annual gas checks for their landlords. Use the ADA framework, I tend to say. So that's attention, interest, desire, action, and that's just a way of arranging kind of persuasive texts. So use the ADA framework. Let's see what it comes out with. But like the more descriptive you are, the better a response you're going to get. So let's be a bit more descriptive. So we said to write him a letter. Make sure you speak about the advantages of using us over other services. Example, lack of reliability, because that's something that a lot of industries face. It's kind of there aren't really reliable people in the industry. So let's have a look at that. Speak about reliability. Make sure you speak about the fact that gas checks are mandatory and we can give them peace of mind. Alright, so let's say that. So we're going to write an email. There you go, ensure your landlord's compliance and safety with our annual gas checks. So we'd be writing to the property manager. We could tell it to take these out, like attention, interest, desire, action. Or we could just edit it out ourselves. So then we've got our template letter, so we can, well, it's an email, and then we can just find, say, I kind of cheated on this one, because the reason why I specifically wanted property management is because I've already kind of had a look at this, and I already copied and pasted a property management service. So let's say we went to these guys. So this is a property management service that are in Birmingham. So let's say we went to their case studies, and we can do essentially the same thing again. So let's just take one of their case studies. Probably should have picked a Birmingham one, but there you go. So we can copy and paste all of this. There we go. So it's written us our email that we can send to them. Even though with the length of this, I'll probably just do it in an actual letter. But do whatever it is that you think is best. So using the template above, please write a letter to, what are they called? Scanlan's Property Management. Compliment them on something in So we'll start the letter by complimenting them on something in the case study. So then when they get this letter, they're going to think that you went all the way through their website. Because obviously one of the things that you don't want is... Hold on, where have I pasted that? Is when you get a letter, you want to feel like it's been personalised to you. So look at the personalisation in this. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. So it's writing it out as a proper letter now. Dear Scanlan's property management team, I recently came across the case study on your website where you successfully managed 4 large apartment blocks in East Manchester. I was particularly impressed, it's moving too fast for me, by your ability to establish close working relationships with the directors of the management company and tailor your services to meet the specific needs of each development. Your dedication to providing professional property management and improving the appearance and finances. Is it finances? And we have to wait for it to finish writing now, because if I scroll, it just pops back to the bottom. But basically, what this has done is it started with something that speaks directly to them, which makes them more likely to read your letter and it not just kind of look like an advert, which it essentially is. There we go, almost done. Alright, so where did we get to? So we've got the compliment up here, and then we go on to at our company we share a commitment to delivering exceptional service. So at least it's kind of still on the topic of them, as in, oh yeah, we like that you were so professional and have a good service. We also have a good service, and we care about the safety and well-being of the residents. And then it speaks about the gas checks and so on. So if you had a tool like this, what would you do with it? Because really there's a lot of different businesses. It's difficult to show how this kind of applies to every business. But what you can do is, if you send me a message or give me a comment on something that you're kind of stuck on, or a particular industry or particular ideas that you'd like some examples for, then I'm happy to do it. I mean, I do a lot of content for people's websites, and for my clients recently, I'm able to put so much content on their websites so much faster, and especially when it's on a topic that I'm not super familiar with. Something that you do need to be careful of, if I'm saying something that I'm not super familiar with, is the fact that these tools can come out with some kind of crazy stuff, or it can make promises that you don't want to keep. It will do stuff like say that you offer a warranty when you don't, or something like that, or it might come up with, if it's trying to say something factual like special discounts and stuff, or say you were doing installation in someone's house, they might come out with something like, oh, this installation is going to reduce your gas bill by 40%. That kind of stuff, you do always need to fact check the kind of stuff that GPT is speaking about. That is something that they've improved, and hopefully it'll continue to improve. But it really is on you that you can get this stuff written to a decent standard really quickly, and you as a business owner can quickly go through it, fact check it, make sure everything makes sense, and then start using these tools. So if there's anything else that you want to know, feel free to contact me, and I hope this was useful.